All right, let's take you to this story now. Gugu Mofokeng, who is a survivor of abuse, is playing her part in the fight against gender-based violence by providing shelter for abused women. She says places such as schools, hospitals and churches must also play their role by supporting victims. To discuss this further, we are joined by board member of the Recovery Village, Gugu Mofokeng. Thank you so much, Gugu, for your time here on All Angles. I've just had a very interesting discussion, and I don't know if you were privy to hearing that discussion and your thoughts around it. With the basic education department bringing a draft discussion document that says that maybe at schools we should have unisex toilets. Now, as a parent, of course, because we live in a violent country in South Africa, I immediately told my colleague Bazugile Tiko that I wouldn't agree with it because we're a violent country. But you cannot bring in, I don't know if you agree, you cannot bring in or you cannot ignore the fact that the education department is saying it's bringing this in just for gender identity and a debate that they want to have healthy, possibly, about diverse orientation, right? Where do you stand with that?
Okay, good afternoon. Once again, my name is Gugu Mofokeng from Katlehong in the East Rand. Unfortunately, I was not listening, I was not watching, but listening to you, I can say, yes, I think the government can bring in gender toilets for safety, because we have the LGBTQI plus community. So to respect and to honor everyone's rights, I think it's a good idea.
Well, all right. Let's talk. I think it's such an interesting debate. I'm actually going to ask the team if we could get other people in on this story maybe next week just to debate it a bit more. But let's talk about Recovery Village, Gugu, in terms of the things that you offer to victims of gender-based violence, but also hopefully the perpetrators who want to repent.
Okay. At Recovery Village, we are an NPO for abused women and children, because there's a difference if we can say abused women and their children. But we say even if a child can be abused at home, he or she can come to the shelter. We offer counseling, we offer skills, we offer them a shelter, and we work with other shelters. We are able to refer them, we contain them, because others, they don't want to sleep, they don't want to be admitted for 6 months. Maybe they just want to be sleep over for a weekend, and we do that as well. And we offer, we give them HIV tests, and we work with SAPS, we work with court, we work with the Department of Community Safety. We are able to help our victims when they are in our center.
And what kind of things do you do to assist them? I was having a conversation with someone else earlier who is in the line of work that you do at Recovery Village. And, a lot of the times we discuss what it could be that could curb this issue, right? And we don't know what to do, I think, as South Africans, because we've had many campaigns, either by government or even organizations, but our statistics are not showing any improvement, right? So, what is it that you do at Recovery Village, for instance, that you're hoping could help eradicate this issue?
Okay, thank you, my dear. Myself, as a survivor of domestic violence and gender-based violence, I'm speaking from experience. In isiZulu they say, experience is a good teacher. You get me? So I'm doing what I'm doing because I have passion, I have been there. I want to share with my sisters and the perpetrators how I got out. I didn't just get out. Counseling was not enough. Going to a shelter was not enough. But let me start here. When the other abuse is when the guy bites my ear. I don't know if you can see, he bites my ear. He was trying to gouge my eyes out, and he was stepping me on my head with the back of the spoon. So I managed to escape, So when he bites my ear, when I looked at him, it was not the man that I saw 2 seconds ago. It was something else. He was a monster, and he was holding me with a clump of my hair. So after I saw what I saw, and then I planned my escape, that's when I pulled so hard. He was holding me with my hair. You can imagine. I pulled so hard because I was afraid of what I saw. behind me that was holding my hand, that was fighting with me. I managed to pull because I was scared of this monster, of this horror that I was fighting with. So that is when I said, it is a spirit. I saw it. I'm not talking about anyone's story. I'm talking about my personal story. And at Recovery Village, as we help victims and children of domestic violence and gender-based violence. When they tell their story, there's 85% of similarities. And then myself, as a trained counselor and as a person that survived, I would identify and say, this is what I saw. But when you tell people that this is a spirit, it's an evil spirit, you understand? People don't understand. But I saw it one-on-one, eye-to-eye. And as I work with victims of gender-based violence, they say the same thing, to say, we were lovey-dovey with my honey 2 minutes ago, and then he just turned to be a monster. What is that? It is a spirit, you know? So we will make campaigns which are good, awarenesses, year in, year out, 16 days. It is a spirit. You know, when you fight with something, it's like we're fighting a myth. We're fighting with something we don't know. So the spirit says, okay, they don't even know who I am. I'll continue. But until we identify, I believe that I didn't die during my abuse, so that I can come and expose this wicked spirit that is causing our women and children to be killed like this.
So in terms of what happens now, because I mean, we always expect that government will sort out the societal issue, and then of course government will also say that, you know, police cannot be sitting in people's homes when a man, for instance, is abusing his wife and children, and you're saying that it's a spirit. So what's the way forward then? What do we do as a country, because our statistics you know, show that we are getting more and more bad?
Can we survivors be given a chance to tell our story as it is? And then government and other stakeholders, and then they can start to maybe check what are these people's stories? Can we be given a chance? Can we be given a platform? Can we be given time to tell the tale, to tell what we saw? You know, and can spiritual people, I'm not saying church only, but can spiritual people be given a chance to come out and speak out and say what is it that they can help to combat this scourge of gender-based violence? Because truly and honestly, we are fighting a myth. And funding is going to people who've never been abused, who know nothing about abuse, yet people who survived it, who saw it, are not given a chance. Can I shock you? Recovery Village, we don't have funds, but because we have got a passion, we know how it is that when you are in an abusive relationship, you don't know where to go. But because we've been there, you can ask yourself, I was abused. But today I'm speaking out, trying to help others. Where did I get that strength? It's because I saw it. I understand when abusers behave the way they behave. There's something that just comes boom to them, and then they lose it.